Paul says to Timothy, basically right before he dies, be diligent to present yourselves approved to God as a workman who do not need to be ashamed, accurately handling the word of truth, to cut straight the word of truth, to rightly divide the word of truth. And that is the goal of my ministry. That's the goal of this ministry. And so let's wonder, what are some ways we can wrongly divide the word of truth? Well, one of those ways is I think we can sometimes get so familiar with a passage we can become numb to it. We stop asking the right questions. And so we can develop what I call a well-intended interpretive arrogance. It's well-intended, it's not malicious, because we want to read the Bible. We believe it's God's word. We believe we need to read God's word. It's good for us to read God's word, but we stop asking those questions that help us understand context. And so, who is writing? Who is being written to? Who is speaking in the passage? Who is being spoken to? What is going on in the text leading up to this? What happened in the last passage? What's the flow of thought going on here? Who's the audience? Is always a very crucial question to ask, by the way, who the audience is. And so we can become so familiar with the text that we stop asking those questions and we just kind of assume what the passage means because it's what we've always been taught, it's what we've always thought. And so that arrogance, that well-intended interpretive arrogance sets in and we can miss the boat. We can miss the boat. And that boat can sail on by, but we've got to catch up to it. So what do we have to do? We have to ask those questions. And that's the goal of this ministry, is to ask those questions and to help explain the answers. Well-intended interpretive arrogance. We've got to avoid it if we want to rightly divide the word of truth.